What's going on YouTube? Ledger here once again, this time at you again with some more Honkai Star Rail. And I don't want to just drop in and tell you guys, give you guys a little warning for those of you who are waiting for Dr. Ratio, which is, well, everybody, because we're getting in for free 99.
I'll give it to you for free 99.
Free 99?
Hold on, Topaz gonna call, sorry, hold on. Let her finish. You done? Okay, all right, thank you. We're gonna be getting Dr. Ratio for free, and so everybody's gonna have him. We're going to be thinking about what we're going to have to do in order to be able to build him correctly and so on and so forth. But I did want to, before we start getting into guides and things like that, I did want to give you guys a warning of what not to do when it comes to Dr. Ratio. First off, I feel that a lot of people are going to mess up, right? A lot of people, some people have been touching on it if you've been watching different content from different creators. But if you haven't heard about it, the relic set that you want to do with him, because he's going to be doing a lot of follow-up attacks. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, if he does a lot of follow-up attacks, why don't I put the follow-up attack set on him? Don't do that. Because if we look at this follow-up set, the thing with the follow-up attack set is, right, is that yes, the 2-piece is good because it gives 20% damage bonus to follow-up attacks. But if you take a look at the 4-piece set, it says when the wearer uses follow-up attacks, increases their follow-up attacks, increases their wearer's attack by 6% for every time the follow-up attack deals damage, right? So that's for each hit. So someone like Himiko who does multiple hits when she does her follow-up attack, someone like Topaz that does multiple hits when they do their follow-up attack, even though when you see the damage number, it's going to show us one big damage number, it's multiple hits that's doing that. Dr. Ratio doesn't do that. Dr. Ratio hits one time and that's it. So those of you who got to play him, because you do get a chance to try him out, and the new quest, he does one hit. Doing the 4-piece so you can get a 6 attack bonus just ain't gonna cut it, all right? It's just not gonna cut it. So you don't want to do the 4-piece. So keep an eye on that. Don't do that. You can use a 2-piece, which is great. And honestly, I'd say Dr. Ratio should be doing 2-piece sets unless you have a good 4-piece imaginary set. If you have a good one of these, then yeah, go ahead and put the 4 set on him because that's going to be good on him because he's going to be, you're going to want the enemies debuffed, so that's a free 10% crit rate. And then imprisoned, if you break them, then you get 20% crit damage, which is a great thing, which is an awesome thing. You can do the 2-piece attack set, whether it's the Wild Wheat or the 2-piece of the dot set, because that is also attack right there. Not saying to do the 4-piece dot set. I'm saying do the 2. You can do the 2-piece with the attack, which is the same as the Musketeer. Okay, so you can do that, and then you can do the 2-piece follow-up, right? But here's the thing: do not spend all your resources farming the imaginary set. Do not spend all your resources farming that imaginary set. Why? Well, because you didn't hear from me, but 2.0, we might get another set that seems to be made for Dr. Ratio, okay? So the simple fact that we might be getting that, I'm thinking that you don't want to use up all your Trailblazer power trying to farm that imaginary set, because there might be a set that's coming that's going to be a little bit more better for him. So you didn't hear from me. You didn't hear from me. But I did want to warn people about that because that is coming. Not a lot of people know about that, okay? So also one more thing that I want to warn people about when it comes to Dr. Ratio, okay? Now, and that is when it comes to light cones. Now, the thing about Dr. Ratio's light cone is cracked, okay? It's a strong light cone. I'm just letting you know that right now. And the difference between the other light cone options that you have and his light cone are going to be, they might be high. His light cone is probably going to perform a lot better than the other options. But I'm telling you right now, don't fall for that bait, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, even though, I mean, unless you're someone who's like, I've been all in for Dr. Ratio no matter what, I don't care. This free Dr. Ratio is just giving me one step closer to the hyper investment for Dr. Ratio. Now go ahead, do your thing. You can go ahead and get his light cone if that's what you want to do, if that's so we can have fun. But for those of you who are trying to be like, all right, well, you know, he seems cool, but I want to try and make the smartest decision possible for my account. And the smartest decision possible would be to make do with one of these light cones. You have this 5-star light cone right here, cruising in the Stellar Sea, which is going to be good for him. Of course, it's not going to be as good as Signature. I'm just letting you know that right now. All right. I don't like being the people who try to feed you copium and say, oh yeah, no, this is going to be just as good. No, it's not going to be just as good. But the fact of the matter is you don't need it to be that good. Okay. You don't need it to be as good as his signature light cone because he has great multipliers. He's going to hit hard just well when it comes to the other light cones. It's just that his light cone is going to be crazy. You could use one of these right here. I have Sealy's light cone, you could use that right there. I mean, even though it doesn't do anything when it comes to follow-up attacks or anything like that, but you know, this is a good stat stick right there. This might, this one gives you a whole lot. It gives you some attack, it gives you some crit rate, which is great. He gives himself a lot of crit rate, but then this way you can hyper invest in crit damage. So that can give you guys some good ratios if you're using this light cone right here, Teller C. Then you have something like swordplay. Like, even though he's only hitting one enemy one time, Dr. Ratio is somebody who wants to keep hitting the same enemy. So swordplay can still go good on him because you're gonna keep those stacks with the different turns. So swordplay is gonna work on him just fine. So you can do that on there for him, right? Now, basically all the Hunt light cones are going to be able to do well on him. The only thing I just don't like, I don't like Yang Qing's light cone because when you take damage, they kind of go the damage bonus kind of goes away, and I don't really like that because, you know, you're gonna be taking damage at times. Like sometimes you can't help it. Some enemies have AOE abilities, so I don't like that light cone. So you have all these different options right here. So when it comes to the 5-star light cone, I don't think it's something that you should be gunning for with all your might. Okay, that's my 2 cents when it comes to that right there. But yeah, I do hope you guys are as excited for Dr. Ratio as I am, because we're all gonna have him. We're all gonna be able to have a chance to be able to try him out. So let me know what you guys plan on putting on him. You know, does this information help you at all? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. Like the video if you like the content, of course. Subscribe to the channel to get more content like this. With that under here, Legend out.